Hello everybody, welcome back. YouTube.com/Geek Aloud for another Let's Install today. Deathloop on the Xbox Series X. Why? Recently added to Game Pass, as recently as about 10 hours ago, I think at this point. Installation stopped. That cannot be a good sign. Oh yes, install expansion card, understand, rocking a very full Xbox Series X these days, but the expansion card's there for the win. Now, Deathloop, there's some Let's Plays back on the channel for when it was released on the PlayStation 5. Also, Let's Install available for the PlayStation 5 version. If you're so interested, dive way back on the channel, pretty much 12 months exactly, that exclusive period when it started, on the PlayStation. Just quickly while we're here, You Suck at Parking, fantastic game. Also, Metal Hellsinger, both of those games. Oh, and Assassin's Creed Odyssey. All three of them we covered last night on the Gaming Enforcement Agency. Jump back one video on the channel, episode 42. Expand out that description. Time codes in the description. Jump straight to any discussion you like. Believe me, you don't want to miss the parking job, my high level of skill shown on the You Suck at Parking. I indeed suck at parking. It's a sight to behold. I can't encourage you enough to check out that one. But where are we here? I need to bring up the queue so we can see exactly what we're in for here with Deathloop. As I said, just released for the Xbox Series X. If you're a Game Pass subscriber already, feel free to check it out at no additional cost. Game Pass? Yeah, it's the best deal available in gaming. But as you can see right here, it is 36.46 gigabytes for the full install of Deathloop. And we should note that there's been recent patches to Deathloop. So our original impressions discussed on the Gaming Enforcement Agency way back near the first episode. As I said, we're 42 in at this point. But one of the strong critiques that we had was that the game just stops when you die, and then there's 4 or 5 nag screens before you get back into the world and the gameplay. So the game starts and it builds up to an interesting speed, and then just it totally stops. The brakes are hit. You've got to navigate through 4 menus before you get back into the action. That unfortunately is still present. But if you're willing to overlook the nag situations between deathing and looping, a really top-notch game here to be checked out. As I said, if you're already a Game Pass subscriber, you should definitely be checking this one out at the cost of 36.46 gigabytes. All that being said, let's install Deathloop right here, youtube.com/Geek Aloud. All right, exciting times. Installed Deathloop, Xbox Series X version Y. It was recently added to Game Pass. So, of course, let's boot it up, check out that main menu. We'll jump into the display or graphics settings. We'll see if there's anything of particular note we want to switch there. My number one contender, I'm always looking for that field of view slider. I want to crank it all the way up to 110, 125, whatever they'll give me. Maximum situational awareness is always what I'm going for in, well, any game they'll let me play it on, honestly. All right, let's log on into Bethesda.net. As I said, I've played the game and finished it. Did I finish it? I might not have finished it. I think I bounced off it due to the previously discussed issue with going between deaths and having to jump through 4 or 5 nag menus every time. It's just ridiculous. But let's not harp on about it, shall we? Let's jump in instead and look at those visual options. What have we got? Visual mode, performance. Yes, please, but what I want is 60 frames a second, priority performance, no ray tracing, steady 60 frames a second. That's what I'm looking for. I think that's the one to go. Unfortunately, my monitor doesn't support 120 frames per second. If it did, I'd be giving that one a crack. But here's the big one. The field of view slider, crank it all the way to 110. I'd recommend turning off that motion blur. I think it's quite the detriment to the gameplay's overall look, in my opinion. And I don't think there's anything else I need to note that needs to be changed. Unless there's a subtitles on-off, there isn't. So that is it for Deathloop's menu systems. We can see here, actually, I'm over top of it and I don't have another option. So we'll bounce on out and check the particulars of the title and wrap up this Let's Install video. Of course, I'll be going deep hands on it this week, and on next week's Game Enforcement Agency, that's Thursday night, 8 p.m-ish right here on Geek Aloud, you can get my full in-depth look at the Xbox Series X implementation 1 year on from the PlayStation version. But I can tell you it's currently version 1.2.2.0, and that comes in at 36.5 gigabytes. Thank you very much for watching another Let's Install right here on Geek Aloud. What else can you do with the channel? Like it, subscribe it, you'll never miss it! Oh, that was luck. Hey, that's not it. I love everything about it. Ooh.
Fire splash!
Old Uncle Donkey. Donkey.